The 27th annual ASC competition started out like every other competition, with a rancorous and excited crowd of students, faculty, coaches, and problem sponsors. With over 1,450 students competing this year, the hall was packed. After a fabulous dinner and giveaways, the students were off to make last-minute preparations before the competition began in the morning. Some went over their research or prepared materials. Others received some last-minute encouragement and wisdom from their coaches and faculty before the students became off limits.
Down there, someone's going to freeze up. They're going to forget to say a big chunk. You need to be close to 18 minutes.
Some of the teams had a lot of returning competitors. For others, it was their first time to ASC. But one thing they all had in common was months of preparation and support from coaches, faculty, and industry professionals. Many of them had invested their time and money to get these students to the competition prepared and well-equipped to succeed.
Throughout the year, there were many different ways that we committed to the team, whether it be meeting on a weekly basis as a team with the coaches going over what we needed to know for the following week, and we also had to go out on our own and learn.
Thursday morning was game day. Teams assembled at the problem sponsor staging areas and received instruction on the problem and how they were supposed to compete. With blueprints, USB drives, and binders in hand, they were off to their room to work on the problem. For some, this process would be 16 straight hours of stress and mind-numbing problem solving, twists and turns, change orders and curveballs. This crucible, set up by their problem sponsors, was to test who would rise to the top as the best of the best. The first order of business was to comb through the problem and delegate tasks.
Just coloring up the plans right now, trying to get understand the job, wrap our heads around it. It's important first thing to do so everyone kind of knows what we're looking at and what we need to start doing takeoffs on and what we need to do for the job.
For some, it was exactly what they had been planning for. For others, it was a totally different type of problem than expected.
We are working on the ACE Hotel rehabilitation in LA. We're converting the United Artists Theater into a nice boutique hotel. No, not at all. No, we were expecting a mixed use type of project, maybe a multi-family housing building with retail below. However, that wasn't the case at all, so we've got our work cut out for us.
Throughout the day, teams met with their problem sponsors to turn in deliverables, submit RFIs, and receive additional information and instructions. And there was always the in-room visits from their problem sponsors.
Hey, did I get this done? I'm not sure yet. Come on! Hey. I'll proof your house. Come on.
For some, it was just one or two. And for others, it was a whole gang of folks. These encounters were fun and exhilarating, but also informative.
So they made their rounds, came in here, and we had some questions for them. They returned fire with some more questions.
As the day drew on, some teams worked on various aspects of the problem in silence. Others came together for brainstorming sessions and status updates.
You ready?
There was always an interchange.
Are we in wall roughing? When do we hit wall?
Right now we're in wall roughing, yeah. We're framing the walls.
So we're doing roughing, but we don't have an approved submittal?
We call them at CEI.
It's probably more the trim out we need the submittals for though, right?
No, because they're asking for submittals for the back boxes and all that. That's actually going in the wall that we're
Well, it says
installing.
wiring devices. I don't know if that calls
Let's just write an RFI.
It's
At the worst case, they just say, yeah, it's approved.
As the deadline loomed over the teams, simple things like printing a document or transferring a file onto a USB drive became stressful.
Copying and pasting isn't working, it's copying and pasting Nick's, not yours. Clarification.
Okay.
We got this, guys, we got this.
That we should be there. We should be at $150,000 just in labor.
Just for
Why are we
supervision.
not?
The concrete team was the first to turn in their problem. At 9 p.m., they were a full 2 hours ahead of most everyone else. As usual, the final turn-in became a mad dash to the problem sponsor.
I'm afraid of hitting stops on the way down.
Somebody got envelopes and shit ready to go? We doing binders?
Binders. Ready to go. All we need to do is hole punch and put it
Discussing
in.
the project with
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
12 minutes.
Other teams, like the mechanical team, seem uncharacteristically calm. In fact, they turned in a whole 20 minutes ahead of the deadline.
Hey guys. Hi. Thank you.
Thank you. Did they make it? They did.
Yep.
A little bit.
That's it. First guys. You are.
Sweet.
Right on, guys. Thank you.
What was their secret?
We did a lot of preparation in advance and just made sure that we can prep basically as much material as we could before we came up here. That saved us a lot of time today.
After turn-in, some teams received their presentation times that night, and still others had to wait until Friday morning. Each problem sponsor chose presentation times differently. They drew names out of a hat, assigned them randomly, and others chose based on what team was closest to the original problem bid.
Sac State.
The bid was turned in, but no time to celebrate yet. Now it was time to finish off the presentations and prepare. The presentations were the oral arguments for each problem. Teams had to present why their approach to the problem was the best and impress the judges. Many were then grilled by their judges on the bid.
Can you explain how you were able to justify the risk associated with releasing those bid packages during the schematic design phase?
Some of the judges were impressed by the technology that our teams used for their presentations. Mixed Use was asked to show the judges again some of their presentation modeling. After the presentations, the euphoria set in.
We nailed it.
Yeah, we felt very good about it.
Each team had coalesced to accomplish one goal: to prepare for the problem, work the problem, and win the problem. Now it was all up to the judges to decide the winners. It was impressive to watch the students rise to the challenge and see all the months of preparation and training pay off. Equally impressive was to see what this competition meant for their future in the industry. Recruiters were out in force. Many were waiting outside the presentation rooms, corralling students, handing out their business cards, and setting up interviews. And then there was the exhibit hall. Companies from all over the US came to make their pitch why the students should come work for them. Why do companies come to ASC?
Oh, ASC is a great place for us to recruit. We love coming here to see the competition. It gives us the opportunity to see the students in the middle of a project and working on a problem. And with that, we try and recruit for our internships during the summer. And then after graduation, they're able to apply for positions that are opened within Rosendin and we're throughout the nation.
We asked the Granite representatives why they invest the time and money into being a problem sponsor at ASC.
Granite comes to the ASC and participates in the estimating competition for the past 27 years because it's a really worthwhile event. We think it's really a win-win both for the student and for Granite. Through the years we've recruited, I'm sure, hundreds of students, talent that has grown. We have current vice presidents that have been on winning teams. It's a wonderful event.
We bumped into some Sac State alumni who are now in the industry and recruiting others.
So I would like to say thank you to Sacramento State for the involvement they have at the ASC competition. I can attribute my current position at Flatiron and my success to this competition. It was what allowed me to meet the folks at Flatiron and get to where I am today. So thank you, I appreciate your involvement, and keep it up.
The awards ceremony was packed to capacity. And as usual, there was a sea of Sac State green in the audience. This year's competition resulted in Sacramento State teams capturing 2 first-place wins and 2 second-place wins.
For the first-place team, California State, Sacramento.
The electrical team regained their powerhouse status by capturing a first-place win.
In first place, for the first time in our concrete solution problem, we have a repeat champion, Sac State.
The concrete team accomplished a first for the Concrete Solutions Open problem by repeating as champions.
Okay, second place, Sac State.
The Design Build team captured a second-place win and was within 1 point from taking home the gold.
Second place, Sac State.
The mechanical team came back with a vengeance and captured a second-place win in the open problem. This competition was successful because of the support from Sacramento Construction Management Education Foundation. our stellar industry coaches who give their time freely and share a variety of functional approaches with the students, the tremendous industry support we are very fortunate to have, outstanding faculty, talented students, and our strong industry-university partnership. This recipe for success continues to showcase Sacramento State's reputation for growing and providing for the industry with the highest quality of graduates. Thank you to all our sponsors who made this year at ASC for Sacramento State teams possible. Thank you to our Diamond level sponsors. Thank you to our Platinum level sponsors. Thank you to our Gold level sponsors. Thank you to our Silver level sponsors. Thank you to our Bronze level sponsors. Thank you to our team supporters. And thank you to our SMEF board members and their companies.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.